I said drizzle it, babe. Like sexy.
It was.
Hey guys, what is up? Guess what? It's a teaspoon of salt. What do you think of that? That's a cup and a quarter of water. I tell you what, guys. If you want your couscous al dente, stay tuned. Hey guys, what is up? Guess what? It's a teaspoon of salt. What do you think of that? That's a cup and a quarter of water. I tell you what, guys. If you want your couscous al dente, stay tuned. That's what we're doing right now. Couscous cooking. Amy, is it feeling so hot? She had her gallbladder removed. And now she's calling for couscous. So we need to fix her couscous. We do. We absolutely do. So I don't want to get everything all sticky. So with no further ado, we're going to warm up our water right now and get our couscous ready. Our couscous water ready. So we'll be right back. All right, our couscous water is up to a boil here. Now, I don't know about you guys, but see, I get my, here in Oregon, our couscous, what the hell kind of scissors are these? Here in Oregon, our couscous comes directly, directly out of a plastic bag. So in with the couscous, hey, look at that, right? The couscous has come to a boil, right? Now what we're going to do, you like this? I use this at fireplaces and everything. So anyway, because I knew someone was going to say something. Why is this shit burnt out like it's nothing? It's one of my favorite cooking spoons. It's been through hell. It's been everywhere. Anyway, so you boil your couscous, right? Or you get the water boiling. You add your couscous. And then you're going to lower your heat down to low, okay? So basically we got about I'm running two things, like a double size serving here. So I'm running about 3 cups of water. I got my couscous in there. I don't know, maybe a half cup of couscous. And then, about half, 3/4 of couscous in there. And then, about half a teaspoon of salt. You're going to bring it to a boil. Then once you're out of the boil and you've done that, you just simmer it for about, 15 minutes. And all that's going to absorb into that pasta down there. Excuse me, into the couscous. So we'll see in a few minutes. One other thing while we're here, just a little wee-woo advice. Always wash your hands prior to cooking. Okay, always wash your hands. Because the last thing you want is dirty fingers in your couscous. It'd be just a terrible thing to happen. Oh boy. Hey, it's cooking with JMACK. So we're going to think like JMACK with our couscous. So that's cooking with JMACK. So we're gonna be thinking like JMACK. Hey, Tinker, don't even worry about it. You get some couscous. You got couscous the other day, got us a bunch of trouble. Thank God that didn't work for you. All right. All right, guys, we're back. So our couscous has been resting for about 14 minutes here. And we want to let it rest a little bit more so the rest of this water is absorbed in there. It's pretty much gone. But we're also going to add just about a tablespoon of some olive oil. Get some olive oil in the house, whatever you got. All right, we'll put about a tablespoon in there. We're going to mix that up, okay? And we're going to let it sit until you're ready to serve. So, boom, that is off the heat. The couscous, we're getting that out of the way. Now, remember what I said earlier. You just wanted, about a quarter teaspoon of salt in this, Because couscous should have, it's a Mediterranean dish. It should have a little bit of salt to it. But you don't want your couscous tasting like the Mediterranean. All right, guys, we are back. Now, see, I got my cast iron pan ready. And I like to get my cast iron pans nice and warm or hot. But for this, we just wanted it medium heat. I may have gotten mine a little bit warm. We'll see if we start smoking up here. Hopefully not. But we've been in here yapping about couscous, right? Couscous this, couscous that. It's all been couscous. But now it's time for the rest of us. So, oh, that's aromatic. Yeah, we're going to kick the heat off right now because that got good there. It was a little smoky, but it's time to roast some nuts. What nuts, you say? These nuts. Absolutely. And these nuts. You got pistachios, right? Come on, guys, say it with me. Pistachio, pistachio, what you gonna do? Pistachios, pistachios. It's all about you. Nuts. It's all about these nuts right here. As we've been on and on and on about the couscous and how valuable it is in our diets and whatnot. Basically, couscous is a tiny rolled up semolina pasta. And just itty bitty balls. That's all it is. Like these nuts, all itty bitty. So what we're doing here is we're gonna roast our pistachios. Get a little olive oil in there. Now we're just gonna let these sit on that heat and roast up a bit. Now, some people may want to do this in a different pan than the way I'm doing it, because I'm also going to do my pork chops in here. But here's the deal, right? Is I think that roasting it in the pan is going to help season it, so that pistachio flavor kind of gets in to the pork chop a little bit. So we're not frying these, all right? It's, when you're cooking something aromatic like garlic or, cloves or these nuts, it's real easy to overcook them because it smells so good, right? Ever saute onions and you're just going and going and going. Next thing you know, you're like, wait a minute, they went from translucent to transgender. Now my onion is now it's like onion soup. It's gone, right? No offense to our LGBTQ community, but yeah. So anyway, you don't want to do that. So we're just gonna cook these for a couple of minutes. And I say cook, we're not cooking, we're roasting, right? So we'll let those roast, and then we're going to collect those and set them aside, okay? And we'll show you why in a little bit. All right, guys, here's our roasted pistachios. All right, so we got a little golden color in there. Okay, now some of the dust has got that that barbecue charcoal-y look down in here, like in this, right? That's just like almost like seasoning this little bits, okay? That's it. You're not worried about that. You on your pistachios though, or any kind of nut you roast, right? Just a light golden. See this over here? Just golden. You can actually see the gold in there, okay? So we got these all done. We're going to set these off aside, and we'll show you what's up next. All right, guys, so we got that all set aside. Now we're going to add about another tablespoon, maybe 2, because I'm doing a little more, of some olive oil in there in a nice warm pan. Get that going. Oh, gosh, I hope I hit record. Did I? Oh, I did. All right, so when I tell you this Mediterranean dish is aromatic, I mean, it's aromatic. We're about to drop, I just seasoned these. It's got cumin and garlic powder and all that, man. And, oh, this is going to smell so good. So medium heat pan, medium to medium high. Do that about, I don't know, 4 minutes. Before we flip. All right, guys, so I actually went about 5 minutes because I got 4 pork chops in the pan. And now we're going to add these beautiful figs that Emmy chopped up for us. For me, she did a little bit of prep there for me. And look at that, beautiful figs. We're going to take these figs and we're going to sprinkle them right in there. And we're going to turn our pork chops over. And we're going to go another few minutes on the other side. So now with the figs in here, I'm going to go probably, I don't know, because I went 5 last time. I'll probably go 3 minutes on this side. Get rid of all these other little fats off of here and stuff. Let them cook down. And we'll go from there. So, all right, guys, our figs are roasted, nice. They're just beautiful. I just tasted one. They're really, really good. And the pork chops are done. We're going to take those out. We're going to put them on a cutting board. We're going to let those rest, like any meat, right? So we're going to let these rest about 4 minutes before we do anything with them. All right. So take the meat off and let your pork rest while you prepare the couscous. There you go, there's a thumbnail in case we need it, right? So, and here are our roasted figs. Now, figs are dark to begin with, all right? So they look like, to the camera, they may look burned. They're not. I just tasted them. They're absolutely fabulous. But there's our roasted figs, okay? That's the end result for those. And on a little side note, even the pan's talking. On a little side note, this is why you season your cast iron. Because in a minute, when this isn't screaming hot, but while it's still hot, I'm going to pick my pan up here. I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to put it in the sink. I don't know why I'm stuttering. But I'm going to pick my pan up. I'm going to put it in the sink and literally hit it with hot water and a plastic scrubby. And in 30 seconds, this will be clean like a whistle. So I hate it when Emmy puts any kind of dish liquid in my pan. I lose it. And believe me, when I say my pan, it's my pan. She knows that. She won't even argue about that. When it comes to the cast iron stuff, that's the woo-woo boss. Absolutely. So, yeah, it'll be like magic. I'll dip it in hot water. Poof. Just like that, your cast iron's gorgeous because you seasoned it. You baked it in your oven, and then you take care of it. You literally run hot water in it, wipe it out, good to go. No soap, no nothing crazy. Hey guys, we are back. And we're back to play with the old couscous, huh? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, guys, we're about to add our chard. Huh? Look how beautiful and crisp and green that is, guys. Emmy just diced this up really, really nice. But it's beautiful. And we're going to take our chard and we're going to put it into our beautiful couscous. Here's our couscous all done, right? Nice golden pearls. They got just that little bit of creamy texture to it like they're supposed to. All right, al dente, as they say. And we're going to add our chard right up in there. I'm just going to bury it out. Now we're going to take our trusty wooden spoon. Probably should have used a little bit bigger pot for this one. And we're going to work it. We're going to mix up our chard, okay? Keep mixing our chard with our couscous. Now I tell you what, I love barbecue. I love cooking meats over open flame or just straight out of a bare bones, woodsy whatever, okay? However you want to call it, I love it. I'm a man's man. When my wife asked me to play with her couscous and make her a meal, what else do you do? It's couscous time, baby. It's couscous time. She says, JMACK, I want couscous. And JMACK says, well, dear, Lord help us all, but I will bring you the best couscous JMACK-Oregon can bring you. All right? I've never even eaten couscous. To be honest, I know what it is, but I've never had this dish. So let's really hope that she loves it, okay? All right, guys, one other step. We're just going to want to salt and pepper this to taste. Now, I'm just going to add some fresh ground black pepper in here. And like I said, we already added salt and stuff, so we don't want our couscous salty. Nobody wants a salty couscous. Oh, look at that. These are perfect. They're not sticky. I mean, they're not clumping, you know what I mean? They're just a nice individual pearls all over. Look at that, huh? It's beautiful. All right. So we've got that all set up. I want to add just a little bit of salt across the top right here. There we go. One grind on that. Give that another stir. That's actually the first salt I've added. Maybe I will. It was the first grind of salt I've added other than the water. So, there we go. We'll get two. There we go. Mix this all up. There's like 4 servings here, so. Okay, let me put the chef, take a nice clean spoon here. See what we've got. All right, let's see. Perfect. And the chard still has just enough crunch in it to be like a fresh salad, like, but yet a warm salad. Hang on now. Stay with me. Next step coming up. Oh, you're going to love this. All right, guys. You're basically dressing your plate at this point, right? So you've already diced your tomatoes, okay? You got those sitting over there. You did that in the beginning. And so now what you're going to do is you're going to cut your pork. You want these in 5 to 7 slices. I don't know. We've got it fairly small. I'm going to do it long way. And we'll see what we got. All right, our pork is all sliced out and diced out. It's beautiful. It's nice and white. And it's juicy. So when you do the figs, when you add the figs in with the pork, there's a step that I did that I didn't tell you about because I kind of forgot it before I hit the pause button. You add a couple of tablespoons of water in there when you're doing those figs. That way your figs don't dry up your meat doesn't dry up while you're cooking the figs, and everything works out. So now we got our meat all laid out. Let's dish it, right? Leave it to a guy, guys. We're gonna add in our feta cheese. I didn't tell you about. Bam! Surprise! Straight out of I don't know what you want to call it, right? Mac is always good for a surprise with the wee woo. We gotta stir in that feta cheese. All right, let's get that stirred in. I think I was trying to wait because I didn't want it to completely melt off, but it's really not that hot because remember we let our couscous sit in the pan. We don't drain it or nothing. You just, while you're cooking the rest of your meal, once it's done cooking, you just let it sit there and absorb, right? Okay, now we got our feta cheese in there. I almost forgot that a little bit. Look how beautiful that looks. Look at those colors, right? Screenshot. There it is, guys, the reveal. This is the Mediterranean couscous, topped with figs, pistachios, feta cheese, and tomato. And it's what my honey wanted after surgery. She's like, okay, make this happen. Well, there's your couscous. So, just to show you in a different way, over here we've got all of our toppings that we did, right? So you got your pistachios all nice and roasted. We've got our feta cheese, tomato all diced up, and there's those roasted figs, okay? And now you just plate it out like this. You cut all the nuts. It's salad, right? So we don't need the meat to be all screaming hot. It's cooled off. It's set. We're going to take our couscous, which is hiding under all of this, and you just plate it out and dress it out and enjoy your Mediterranean couscous with JMACK-Oregon. Thank you so much for watching. If you try out the recipe, guys, let me know. Let Tinker know, because he's just determined to get into this video. All right, guys. Now I know. Guys, we love you. JMAC out. Peace. And guys, don't forget the Greek yogurt ranch dressing. Right? Gotta have that. I said drizzle it, babe. Like sexy.
It was.
You didn't do it like that. You dumped it. It was supposed to be... Babe, it was supposed to be like sexy. You don't watch any of my cooking videos? It was supposed to like let it flow. You dumped that shit like a college student. Oh, guys, enjoy your couscous.